Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. There's quite a few new subscribers on my channel, and there's quite a few new folks who are just getting into preparedness for the first time with everything that's been going on. So I've been doing a series of videos on some of the gear that I carry in my get home bags and in my hiking packs, and just generally when I go out in the wilderness. And one of the most important tools that I think that a person can carry next to a good knife is a good saw. And this is my large get home bag right here. This guy's been with me for several years, and on the outside of this bag I carry a steel pruning saw. And this steel pruning saw right here, I like to call this my poor man's silky saw. This guy is great. It's very sharp. I've got no problem cutting firewood with this, or cutting poles for shelters, or any other type of bushcraft project that I would need a saw for when I'm out in the woods. I paid about $40 for this guy 3 years ago, and I've gotten every penny of value out of this saw over the years. And just rides right on the outside of my pack here, and whenever I need it I can just pull it out and use it. It's all good to go. And its little brother is this guy right here. It's a folding version of the same saw, and again, very sharp. Paid about $28 for this, and it's been an excellent saw as well. And as long as I got one of these two saws with me and a good sturdy knife like this Ontario right here, I got no problem processing firewood or doing any other kind of bushcraft projects that I might need out in the woods. Both of those saws will cut limbs probably this big with no problem whatsoever. Doesn't matter whether it's hardwood or not. They both work really, really well. I got a couple other saws here that I use as well. A couple of them are geared more for hunting, because they're more for game processing, and one of them is this guy right here. This is a little T-handle saw. It's got a rounded end on it, and the reason that rounded end is on it is it's so you don't puncture the intestines when you're cutting the pelvis out of a deer. But I found this guy to be really handy if I need to cut small limbs for shooting lanes, especially on green wood, or if I need just a small saw for something. This has been really, really handy. It's got a small nylon sheath with a belt loop, although I normally just carry this in one of my packs. I don't really put this on my belt, but this guy has come in very, very handy over the last few years that I've had it. It's very efficient, and doesn't weigh very much, doesn't add much to a pack, but it gives me a little bit more capability when I'm out in the woods. And I've got a folding saw here that's the same general principle, but this one has a gut hook on it. And this gut hook is used also for opening up a large game. But this saw here has very deep saw teeth on it, and this guy actually works really, really well for game processing and for small branches as well. And again, it's just real small. It's just a folding lock back. It's got a little push button here to close it up, and it's good to slide in just a pouch or a side pocket in one of your packs. And the last knife that I got here is the actual Swiss issued Swiss Army knife. It's OD green here. It's got several different tools on it, but the one I want to talk to you guys about is the saw that comes on this guy. And this saw right here is probably the sharpest saw of any one that I've ever used. This guy is just razor sharp, and it's not good for really big pieces of wood, but I'll tell you what, if you are in a brushy area and you need to cut a few branches to get through so you don't get tangled up on stuff, nothing works better than this guy right here. And so I like to carry this guy sometimes if I know I'm going out into a brushy area and I don't want to carry like a machete or a hatchet or something with me. I'll take this with me, take it out, open it up, and just go to town making myself a little trail or cut myself a little shooting lane. And with the other tools that are on this guy, it's a pretty handy little gadget. And it doesn't have a clip or anything on it, so I put a piece of paracord on it, so if it's down in a pouch or a pocket, it's easier to retrieve. But I just wanted to touch base with you guys on my saws here. And like I said, I think a saw is extremely important to have with you when you're out in the woods, especially for extended periods of time, like overnight camps or day hikes. It's a good idea to have a small saw with you. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys are getting a little information, a little entertainment out of my videos, and you guys have a great one.